Let's talk for a moment about prayer books and hymnals. Hello, everyone. As I have mentioned many times on my channel, I grew up in the Church of the Nazarene, and I am still a member of the Church of the Nazarene, and I attend weekly a Church of the Nazarene that is local to me. But in the Church of the Nazarene, where I grew up at that time, in the 70s and 80s, in every church you would find many copies of a hymnal. Now, this particular hymnal predates me by many decades. This is a hymnal produced by the Nazarene Publishing House in 1931. But it's not too dissimilar from the hymnal that we used growing up. And in our services, we would sing several hymns from the hymnal. We would sometimes read some of the responsive readings in the back that were largely taken from Scripture. But the hymnal was very familiar to us at that time. Things have obviously changed in the Church of the Nazarene, and the church that I attend is probably similar to most Nazarene churches today in that we tend to sing songs that would be known and popular among the general population of evangelical Christians, which is fine and good, and visitors coming in would know kind of what to expect. So there's no need really for hymnals at this point. We also have the big screens in front, and if you think this video is going to be a rant in which I moan about the loss of hymn singing in the church, you were in the wrong video. That is not what I intend here. But I do want to take a historic look at the importance of music, hymnody, and otherwise in the formation of theology, belief, and worship practices in the church, as much as one can do in a few minutes in a YouTube video, especially someone with as limited knowledge as myself. As it turns out, the leaders in the Church of the Nazarene worldwide, that is the elders and superintendents, what you would normally call bishops in the Nazarene Church, like in the early Methodist Church, we call them superintendents, and lay leaders and such are gathering for the General Assembly, which for our immediate forebears, the Methodist Church and the Anglican Church, the most recent assemblies of their leadership have been fraught with all kinds of difficulties, shall we say, but there doesn't seem to be much of that going on at Nazarene General Assembly. But I am not there to say for certain. I'm sure there are some contentious meetings going on behind the scenes. Anyway, all that to say, our local church's minister of music is attending General Assembly, and so this Sunday will not be leading worship in our local church. And I just would like to say off the bat that not only am I not going to cry and wail about the sad state of hymnody in the Nazarene Church. In fact, I and my family very much love our minister of music and her family, and think they do a wonderful job. And so what I plan to speak about today for the next couple of minutes, and I'll try to wrap it up shortly, is the importance of hymnody and music in the spiritual development of a local congregation. And not only in the Nazarene Church, which is my experience, but throughout all of English-speaking Christianity from the beginning, and all of Christianity from the beginning. Just going to go through a few things, object lessons as it were. So example A, we have from the Episcopal Church in America. We have a matched set here, Common Prayer and Hymnal, published by the same Church Hymnal Corporation. That ought to tell you something right there. This is the 1928 American Episcopal Prayer Book in a beautiful large print. And notice the relative wear. Now, these didn't necessarily, they weren't always a set, I don't think, these two particular volumes, but probably the hymnal was more in use in terms of in the hand pages being turned in the local church than the Common Prayer, because probably the services in Common Prayer were more quickly learned by heart by members of that particular parish than all of the verses of all of the hymns that are in the hymnal. So just kind of a visual example of the importance of hymnody in the Episcopal Church. Go back in time just a little bit, and we have a few examples of pre-1928 Episcopal prayer books and hymnals. Again, from the American Episcopal Church. And look how closely tied worship and hymnody were, literally joined at the hip, as it were. So we have a matched set that came together. This particular set is a Oxford on beautiful India paper, printed in Great Britain. If the print weren't so tiny, I would probably use this more frequently, but this is the earlier version prior to 1928 revisions of the prayer book and the hymns, ancient and modern. The hymnal revised and enlarged, it says. Copyright, there's no way you'll be able to see that. 1859. And we have just the words, no musical notation in the hymnal. The fact that they come together tells you a lot about the importance of hymnody in the formation of belief, theology, spiritual practice. And along similar lines, another Oxford. Similarly designed in a slightly larger format here. Hymnal and Common Prayer together. This interesting textured material, gilding all around. But again, the hymnal and prayer book as conjoined twins. And this also is prior to the 1928 revisions in the Episcopal prayer book. 1908 we have as a date in here. And they look, to me, equally worn or unworn, depending on how you want to define it. For those who are curious, there's a table of contents. And the hymns are arranged according to the Christian year, so you could pick hymnody appropriate for the season that you were in. Or special occasions. So what was the point of all this, other than just to do a fun show and tell and play with some interesting prayer book and hymnal combos that I have lying about? I mean, that's good enough reason, but I guess only to say this: if you are in a church that you feel is a good church and is doing well, maybe take some time to say thank you to your music minister, worship leader, whatever they call it in your particular denomination, because they probably have a larger than you would ordinarily expect part in making sure that your church is developing on the right track. Thanks for watching today. Hope to see you here again next time.